That might be why that's not working. Wasn't working. My light turned off again. I gone dead again. It has. Damn. See, that's correct. That is turn on. That is on. So if I turn these on, this on, they should be on.
Hydration
Correct.
critical.
Yep. That is on. That is reading 0. So that should be turning on there. So now if I put actually heat through here, it should register that heat correctly. Because it's just going through here. Reading through. That's all it's doing. That's why I wanted to branch out, because I don't want it to have to read all this all the time. Because that's what's causing the loop when I try and turn it all off. So if we actually... you... Damn, too slow. That's what I thought, buddy. So they're both in there. Did they both go in? No, I don't think they did. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. Oh no. Well, we'll find out in a minute. We'll press the button, see what happens. No, they didn't go in there. Hydrate soon. Yeah, so it didn't all go in there, but that's fine. I'm happy with that. So if we open up this valve... Actually, whilst that's doing that... we have a light. Let's open up you. Start feeding you through. Yep, brilliant. And the character, but yourself as well. Ah, yes, yes. Thank you very much. So there you go. So that's working, see? Because it's registering it's too hot, it's pumping it back through, so it's not releasing it into the cold gases. So that is definitely working. The greater than and the less than on individual is definitely working. But the branching, I don't know. I need to read a bit more. And the reason why my suit's yellow, guys, or orange, if you know it's right, is because of that thing. I've been sucked into it a few times and it's damaged me. Actually, what is the atmosphere in here? Let's see. Have you sucked at 2.18? Ooh, you were getting so close to needing CO2 in here. Hey, we're not going to stand around and wait for that though, because that could be a while depending on the plants wanting it. So, food, yeah, we might as well eat some food as well. Get the food out of the way so we can get that. Boom. That's there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Yeah, so it's 335. Pressure is 285 kPa. Yeah, that's nearly down to what we want anyway, to let it through. So that should flicker over soon. And nothing in there. What? Oh, it's not opened up yet. So that's 18 degrees there, so it's getting to 33 here. How the hell is it heating up just here then? What's causing? Ah, this is the new fuel coming up. That's why. I was like, why is it going up so high there? But that's because it's got the this down here is fueling up. That's not empty yet, you see. That's 158. So that's not finished. No. That's because I haven't got that open. Let's go. Get out, son. Get gone. But at least my cooling's working. I'm just don't want to throw hot. Is that okay? So it thinks it's cool enough now. It is cool enough. Okay. 23. Okay. Obviously, the new gas is coming in is probably cool enough, coming through here and getting cool enough. And it's just filling up. That's the world. That pipe network's actually chilled. So are you empty? Empty. There's hardly any pressure in there now. Look at that. Just dropping. Yeah, so there's hardly any pressure. So we know that works. We know that's working, which is fine. But see, that's 0 now. That's 0 now. We know these are douche. We know. Really? Okay. And we know these are working. Yeah, we just need to figure out how the branching works, guys. And I don't know how. I don't know why it's not working. It's obviously something I'm doing, of course. It's something I'm not doing right. Hey, Matt, how's it going, buddy? You were lurking? Oh, cheers for the lurk, mate. What does that do? So that should be equals, if I'm right. Yeah, so if branch line B, if A equals 0. But we're not running off a 0, are we? That's the thing. So if I branched off to, if it's less than R13, it should branch to the cold. If it's greater than R1, it should branch to the hot. And in the hot, it should be... And then obviously in the cold, it was cold pump on whatever the registry was. But the registry isn't possibly in there anymore. Because I can see the example, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to work, and I don't understand why. Honestly, don't get it. BLT and GD should work if you jump back to the start before hitting the end. So it loops from start, and it loops through everything. Loops through here, loops through there. And he has a variable on there which is set to a switch. And the variable is if it's equal to 0, which is why I was checking this out. If it's equal to 0, then jump back to start, and it jumps back to the start and does the top part again. But as soon as he flicks the switch, which makes the switch register true, 1, it then carries on through the code. So it basically stops at that, and then, because that is now positive, it then carries on through the code, gets to the end, and then starts back again. I think I see the issue. So that's what he's got. So he's got a variable in there, giving a basically true or false value, and he's jumping, but that's stopping the code running through the rest of the code. Because it's running all the code, it's turning off the other pump, which we're not doing in the other one. What do you mean? What, in this one, it's turning off? Maybe a yield? Because if hot is true, cold is false. Yeah, correct. What, so you think a yield in here would do it? Give it a tick to check it out? Where if we branch, we only look at hot or cold, not both. Okay. Do you think then, in theory, if we did that and did that, you thinking that would work? Is that what you're thinking? have the jump to... Ah, so you want the jump to here. Yeah, okay. Jump to start, so it will... Line 36. Oh, you want it in line 36, did you? I don't, my bad. Where am I putting it? So it needs to read that. So you want it here. Ah, okay. Alright, so that's all there, that's all there. Is that ticking? Right, that is ticking. Nothing's on now. Grumbling noises. Yeah, because I know what you mean. It should be... If I turn... Ah, hold on. Yeah, so they're all off. That's fine. Should be on anyway now. I think you're empty. So let's shut you down. I should turn you off. Yep, it has. We've done that. Let's push you back in there then. Off to bed with me. You all have a nice evening. Nora's Kiss, thank you very much for being here. As always, you have a lovely sleep, and I shall hopefully catch you very soon. Yeah. So this is what it should be doing. So it should be going here. Dragon. Yes. Where does it get R2 from? Yeah. Yeah, R2 is not the correct one. It should be R1 now. I think it should be R1. Oh, will it be... No, will it be just on, won't it? Will it be just on and off? Hey! Yeah, so it's forcing it on. It's forcing you off. Woo! I think we got a branch. I think we have a branch. So that was the issue then. It basically just wasn't turning off the pumps. Yeah, I had it right the first. And there is my problem with my coding, guys. I think too deep sometimes and don't look at the obvious. Hey, we say that. We need to test the theory though, yeah, guys? We need to test it. Got to be tested first. Right, so if that is doing that, that's forcing that on. Now we gotta... Now we're getting somewhere a bit more. Now we've got that bit figured. Let's get to the end part. So if that's gonna go down to here, that's gonna go actually from the start there. Actually, so if we have this... Here, so read you... And then untag you, tag you, untag you, untag you. And then that should force them off. And the pipe reader off. And then down here, so I could have that there, so that when that finishes, that jumps back, checks it all. Or if not, it'll just run through that and do that every time. What do we think, guys? In other words, if it should just turn it all off, but I don't know because this will start looping. Well, no, it needs to jump back to the start, doesn't it? Here. Yeah. So, yeah, because it will cause the loop. So that needs to go back to start. So if that jumps to off, it'll be either hot or cold where you're jumping to the start. No, that's a good point. So in theory then, no error. Brilliant. It should. That's off. That isn't off. In theory, it's never going to get there, is it? Because that'll run... If it's cold, it'll never get there. It'll just keep running. It'll just loop here. It'll never get to here. Oh, it should do. But... hold on. Do we have a pecking order here? And that's only grabbing the temperature anyway. It's not grabbing the pressure. So... so let's grab that, and that should... Think about this. Should supersede that. So it runs into there. If that is there, it just jumps straight to off and turns off. Yeah? Boom. Okay. That's good. That's good. So, we hit start. That should have turned you guys on? No, it has not. So that means the code is not rerun from the start. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, so it's not running. So we do need to... Do you need to do... Yeah, so I need to keep the loop, keep it running. Obviously, because as you can see, the counter's there, so it's not running the code anymore. So as soon as it here, it just turned them off, and that's it, and just went dead, so it needs to loop back to the start. So we should be fine, though, because... Because I've got that above it, it should just loop past them and it won't hit these. So that should be fine. Because it's hitting that variable before, it should just branch off and go straight to the bottom. So that's good. They're all off. That's sweet. You're on. I see green up there, which is good. So that means it's started. I thought it'd restart when you turn... No, it won't. No. So the count is going. So that means the code is running. Aha. Pipe analyzer will loop. Yeah, that's true. The pipe analyzer will loop through because we are turning it on here. And then we're turning it off here, so it's looping back to here to turn off, then it's restarting and turning back on. So maybe... No. But we're getting there. Maybe we just don't turn the pipe reader off. I would like to turn it off because that is a power-hungry machine. But it will turn off if we turn off the furnace, won't it? So maybe we just do that. Do you have to program in code in the game? No, you don't have to. Do not have to, buddy. Okay, so that's good. So if I leave that. Turn you off. That should be them off. Yep. No, you don't have to use the coding at all if you don't want to. You can do it all with the logic chips. Brilliant, perfect. The reason being is why I'm getting into that side of things is I've explained before. But all this here, and there's more under here and here, is controlling my temperature in this room, my pressure in this room, which looks like it's not working, and I've not been able to test that theory. Oh. I hear a gurgle. Oh dear. Why am I hearing a gurgle? I need to check that out, but anyway. That's something I need to look at, is why that's not working, why the pressure's not checked. Or is it getting higher? I can't remember what the pressure should get to before it turns off. It sounded like oops, time with the pause. No, yeah, it's just because my pressure got high and I can't remember what my pressure is actually set to. I think it's only 100 actually. It means that's not running. But I'm not being able to check that until I've seen it. But I could have sworn it was because we had stuff in here. So maybe it is a bit higher than I thought. So that's the hydro temp. That's the CO2. Who's gurgling? Okay. Oh no, it should be running through. Yeah, it should be running through. So there's stuff in that pipe, so I'm sure it's turned on. Oh, it's turned itself on. Because that pipe should be completely empty. But anyway, let me check. That's the hydro temp reader. Hydro pressure is 97. No, 107. And it should be... Is it 101? I put it to? Can't remember now, it's because I put it behind that bleeding wall. Might be 101. But no, it's definitely not in the chip. It's not. Chips, it's definitely 100. I know the temperature is working fine. It's actually keeping it bang on near enough. And I think the CO2s went. Right, we're gonna have to take you out and have a quick look. Oh, hold on. Before we change that, let's library, furnace, And copy you across. Yep. Okay. Boom. Put you in there. Import you. Edit you. This was one of my very first script, guys. So let's put. So the hydro sensor is the pressure. So we're looking at pressure. So if it is greater than 100. So if the move, right? Move is R1. I don't, why have I got that in there? Maybe, because I got it down here, that's why. So it should be there. So blah, 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 activate on R3. Yeah. STG is obviously if it's greater than. So if A is greater than that, so if that pressure is greater than that, activate that. Is that? Hmm. Interesting. See, the wall cooler should come straight on. It has. Now we're somewhere else now, guys. So the wall cooler is working. So why is the pressure not? Why is you not turning on? Have I got the actual right thing there? Was it hydroactive, hydro CO2 active vent? Yeah. Hydroactive active vent. Oh, I got the wrong vent. No, that's the. You should be writing out to the hydro pressure vent. I've got the wrong vent connected in. Hydroactive vent, hydro cooler. Yeah, so that should be. Let's turn you off quickly. Active vent, hydro pressure vent. Boom. That is correct, isn't it? You are writing out to hydro pressure vent. Yeah. And you should turn on. Aha. Why are you... Line 9, he says. Line 9. Okay, remember that, chat. Line 9. We're fine on temperature anyway. Pressure's fine. Line 9. So there we go. Active vent on. Hydroactive vent should be on D1. Should be on D1. Okay. What is on D1 currently? D1 currently is hydro pressure vent. What the hell? There we go. There we go. The code was right, guys. It was me being silly. I hadn't put the right pin in. So we know that's correct. Boom, we know that's working. Awesome. How is the CO2? Let's check the CO2. Let's go! Yeah, exactly. It's just me being... I tell you, I'm my own worst enemy, guys. I am my own worst enemy. Something's grumbling. What's the pressure on you? Oh, good. Not got much CO2 in there. Good. Well, that's fine, because we are soon going to be plumbing you in from the main CO2 source. So we can start dismantling this stuff soon. Because I know the pressure works now. Brilliant. And the CO2 is the next stage. Which hopefully should work. Hydro CO2 active vent. Perfect. Actually, I need to check that code. So what pins was that? That's pin 1 and pin 2. Okay. Let me just check you. Pin 1 is hydroactive vent out. That's why hydroactive vents. That's why it says hydroactive. Okay. I didn't really name them the best, but hey. And that should work fine. So if we just check the code here. I know that's working. So load the hydro sensor. Fine. Get the ratio of carbon dioxide. Loading it into... So divide R0 with R1. So we're dividing whatever this is by 100. Load it into R2. And then if it is... That should be... I'm loading that into R2. SLT. That should be R2, shouldn't it? So and that should be loaded into R3. Because that should be if R2 is less than... Because there's no point dividing it because I'm not actually pulling it in there to actually give it to me. You nana. Right. That's wrong. Oh! Because that's not going to work. Whee! Human error. Hey. When I first put this chip in, it went nuts and opened up and let all the CO2 in there. So that was funny. So we are on the main. Yep, we are main. So that would be 2 there. Load you into 3. Confirm. Export. Boom. Done. Boom. It's just turned on. No. Turn off. Turn off. Turn off. Why are you not turning off? Oh, crap. Okay, fortunately, there isn't enough in there to do any damage. Yeah, so that's wrong. I think that's what I did last time. So what? So divide that by 100. Blah 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 blah. Load that into R3. Activates the CO thing. Oh, I was right, you nana. No, I am right. So yeah. If it's less than 0.021, which is what that should give me. Because that should be that, because that's what I've already got up there. I need to know what that's returning. Where's me print? Yeah, so that's loading in the carbon dioxide into R0. R0, divide R0 by R1, which is 100. So whatever that is, divide that by that will give me an equal. Load that into R2. If R2 is less than 0.021, then you should activate that. So have I got the calculation wrong? Let me check. Of what I have up here. And I know I got it right up here. You're still active, that's fine. Can't do any damage in there anyway now. Only 6%. He was higher than that last time because I had like, fortunately it wasn't a full tank, but I had quite a bit in there. So that's reading that. That is comparing the logic reader, which is this. No point thinking, Bob. is less than the logic math. Okay, which is this. My logic math is taking the CO2 memory, which is this, 100. It's dividing 100 by 2.1. Ah, so 2.1 divided by 100, yeah? Is that right? Let me check what you're doing. Hydro CO2 memory, yep. Divide by that. Oh, actually, yeah, I got memory, so that's the logic there. That's just giving me a 0 point. That's giving me my calculation that I want to compare to. Okay. So I need to, so I'm not dividing this number. That's the problem. I'm not dividing actually that number. I'm dividing. Let me just, can I just put number, so I can just put numbers in there. Okay. So if I divide, what was that, 2.1 was it? By 100. Gives me 0.21. Correct? Reading that into 2, and then if R2 is less than that, no, so it should be a compare. So what's a compare then? Yeah, so the compare is the less than. So if do I need to actually even divide here then? Because I'm trying to get the percentage. That's what I'm trying to get. So I get the percentage of 2.1. 0.21. So let me just have a... I might just actually delete that part, but let me... I don't think I even actually need to do that here. Because that is taking in the logic reader, which is that. And it's saying if that is less than logic math, which is producing 0.21. But I can just type that in there, so I don't actually need to do the math, do I? I just need to tell it what it's going to be. So if... So if we change that to 2, change that to... No, change that to 1, actually. Change that to 1 and change that to 0. So if R0, which is that, is less than 0.00, right into that. That should be right. Boom. So I was doing what I had to do here logically to get the number I needed to be able to compare that in there, but I didn't need to do that with this housing because I can just type it in. Now I've just got to wait for ages again. Just remember to turn things off when you turn them on. I know. Yep, so the water cooler's still working. That's cool. So what state are we in now? So we've been running. This is turned off. I don't know what the pressure's running up there, so this should be interesting to see. Looking good. That is all turned off. And that is because there's no pressure. Awesome. And that's just sticking through, which is good. So that means, guys, we've got a semi-working, well, we've got a working code. It turns on the filters when turn the furnace on. It turns the pump on as well, so we can start registering the heat and the pressure up at the top. And then as soon as we start smelting stuff and we then export the gas out, it will then check it. If it's cold enough, it will open up the cold valve and send it into our filtration system. If it's not cold enough, it will then send it back through our radiators and keep checking it. Hopefully keep checking it until it's happy. Right, I need to actually move that to my hydro sensor, so how do I click that one? Ah, yeah, I'll just do that. Because that's my right one there, boom. Alright. I don't actually need that there now. So we can get rid of you as a line of code. Boom. Yeah, cool. Oh, hold on. I had R1 in there, didn't I? Oh no, it's right into the registry, that's fine. I just overwrote it. That's fine. Cool. So you're next, Sunshine. See if we can get you import. Let's look at you. Right, so so if we load the switching setting, that's the lights, they're not going to work, they're on a different circuit. So we're taking the next weather event. We need to divide that and give us our time. And then we display that setting on R3. So we take R1, which is that, divide that by R2. What's R2 is 60. Yep. And then yield and then go through. Cool. Okay. So if we need to load on our next part. So load what are we gonna do? R1 again. Yep. And we'll take the station. And we'll take the next weather event. No, it won't be the weather event this time. It's mode, isn't it? I think, on weather event. Yeah, so the mode values is what the storm is. Okay, so we take the load value of that station and the mode, and then we are going to write this out to warning light. Yep. And we're going to be putting can we just choose the color? All right, so if we, let's have a look. So if equal to, what is it, SUK, if R2, R1 is equal to 0? I think that's right, isn't it? Sequential. Register equals 1 if A is equal to B, otherwise it's 0. I don't know what that's going to do, but we shall export it. Line 22. Okay, you're not going to be happy, so if we write you to R2. I don't know what colour is going to do, but... Okay, so it doesn't like colour. Let's just say on for now. Register 1 if A is equal to B, otherwise at 0. Hold on. I said that, but I may not have the device clicked in. What did I have it on? D4. Long stream tonight. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Damn. What did we call you? We're large. Okay. No, you are what? Just LED, are you? There we go. So it's on. Boom. I just noticed. Hey, that's coding for you when you're enjoying it and stuff, isn't it? So if we change that to, how do we change the? How do I change the color? I think it's mode, isn't it? Is it mode? That's the color of the LED light. Okay, so no, it is color. So let's try 2. I think green is 2. No way. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. So edit here. So if we did it, right. So what is the? Is there a B? I think there's a B one, isn't there? There is B. Oh, B. So if we go, B is equivalent to that. So we don't need a registered number here. So that'll be if R1 is equal to 0, then go to green. So go to green. That should be right, shouldn't it? And you go in purple. Branch line C if A is equal to B. So R1 is equal to 0, then go to green. Yeah, so that's writing out. So why are you not reading this properly? Come on. No, you don't want to. You don't want to change the purple. Ah, it's because I've got green up here, haven't I? Oh, damn. No storm. Let's put no storm. Yeah, so we have the number here for green there. So I can actually even just type that as green. It'll do the same. So if I go... There you go. Trying to remember now. My memory's trying to think. I've just completely forgotten how to do branching again, guys. Should be fun, but the problem is we can't test it. That's the problem. So it should be that. So if that is... And we'll put yields between these, actually. So it's not just jumping through them. So R1 is equal to 1. Incoming. Yeah, we'll do a incoming. List all BQs together, jump back to the start, the end of your... Yep, I know. I'm there, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Give me a minute. Boom. Incoming, boom. And we should have the same here, but that should be yellow. And you should be yellow. So let's change you to yellow. Why ain't you working? Oh, okay, because I've not added you in. Oh, were you R5, weren't you? Yeah. Let's just put you as R5 for now. Or 5, I'll do. Hydration critical. Oh shit, it's not critical, is it? I got 19%. Bye. Storm. Yeah, and it should be there. So it should run through this, shouldn't it? And then if not, start through. Am I right? Expert. Huh. Yeah, this is the problem I had before. We got flashing lights. Dink, a dink, a dink, a dink. It's not going through green though. Maybe we don't need that, do we? We just need that. Yeah, you're not jumping to the start at the end of every branch. Option. Ah, okay. What? So, if I remember rightly, so what? I need that at the end of each one again, do I? So let's understand why he was doing that though, because... yeah. So it was like, yes, because it was hitting no storm and then it was running through the rest of the code, wasn't it? and then he was jumping back up and then running through the rest, jumping through there, equaling to that one, so it's jumping to this, and then it was running through the rest. But now, equaling to that, jumping to that, and then it's running back through. Hey! Now we just need to stop. Jesus, power's nearly out. We need to burn some stuff off, maybe? Are you all on up there? Or are you... No, you're fine. That's not good. 11%. Have we just got daylight? Yeah. Okay, well, haven't just got daylight, but we're getting there. Okay, we're gonna need to sort more power out. It's always the power, isn't it? Always the power. Are you happy with the codes? What do you mean? They need tidying up, definitely, but for basic, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. Back up to 14%. It's these that are draining the power. Jesus, look at how much stuff I've got in it, guys. It's gonna be great once I start flipping plowing through that stuff. So yeah, we got a green light here. So well, we need. This is the thing that annoys me as well. Is so the next event light. So if I turn that off and that off, the next event. So they're good enough to move to something else for now. Is what I meant. Well, this one we can't test until there's an actual storm inbound, but at the moment it seems to match. The next part I want to see is obviously it does that. The only thing is the next weather event doesn't tick in until this turns to yellow. So in theory, this light should go yellow. This then should start ticking down that, but it should equal to minutes to seconds. How many minutes and seconds till the storm is about to hit? So weather warning. So let's that way. Yes. Yeah, I can force a storm, but I can't force the event though, can I? Because like force storm, which to be fair, I don't want to do that at the moment with my power. You know, I can force like storm here. Well, that was a good sign. It went to red, guys. The light went to red, so I think it's gonna work. So it just means like all this logic here can just be turned down to the on chip, which is cool. I don't actually know how much power they actually take. Is it in the config? $50. 10, 20, 30, doesn't. Actually then, so that's actually more expensive. 10, 20, 30. Yeah, so that's more expensive in power to run that. Okay. Maybe. But for the hydro, it's not. But I'm not sure. Yeah, no worries. So you're cheap with the other ones. Yeah, it looks like I'm cheaper with these other ones. Cheaper in power, not cheaper in wire, though. Because all I need is to be connected to them three. But like I said, this was just thrown in just as a boom. No fancy countdown either, though. So the fancy countdown only starts when it goes into weather, when the weather stage is about to start. So that's what that kicks in. Without the weather, without being able to actually get the weather to come in, instead of it just like storm on, storm off. So 25% for that day cycle. That's not good. Yeah, so that's the problem there. How are you doing? You still fine? You still good, right? You're still good. Okay. Yeah, good at that stage there. We got this, we got that. So the next part then, where we need to look at now, is doing the sorting room. Now we got the furnace per se, correct. Need to get the sorting room sorted so it sorts it and stores it. And then we can bring it up to you and connect it and tell it which one we want to do. Can do. Because we can use the pre-hash to do that. Wall color's fine. Just checking the... That's coming down a bit. Dude, you alright there? What's going on? Did you put a link, buddy? It should only be 5 seconds. Yeah, it was a link. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but that's cool. At least that's working nicely. That's working nicely. That's just got a tick down there.